Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how you can earn $100 per day online. We're talking about investing in crypto casinos that pay out dividends and they have a dividend paying token. I absolutely love this investment, primarily because it's passive income, it's stable, it's phenomenal, it's been paying out for a long time. I love it. It's one of my absolute favorite ways to invest in cryptocurrency. And so people say, are you still doing this? Are you still using that mogul mining method, as I call it? Are you still investing in crypto casinos? The answer is yes, absolutely, of course. Those have been in my Telegram. We talk about it almost every day. So why do I not talk about this strategy much on my YouTube channel in general? Well, first of all, it's pretty simple. There's not a lot of like newsworthy content, except recently we did have a brand new casino launch. Anytime there's something new launches, then it can be exciting to talk about, can give you something interesting to talk about. But other than that, I mean, the last casino that launched was over 2 years ago, and it works like clockwork. It's the same thing every day. I'm mining tokens literally every day. It's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. It's even a little bit boring, even though it's lucrative and it's a great payout. You just do the same thing every day. There's not a lot of excitement. So there's not a lot of content to talk about. The third reason I haven't talked about it much is YouTube really doesn't love casinos. The only time I've ever gotten a strike on my channel is when I was talking about casinos. What's crazy about that is YouTube doesn't apply their policy evenly across the board. And it's taken me a couple of years to find out. And it seems like it depends on what the casino's done on their side with their website. I don't know. There's some sort of compliance thing they're supposed to do with Google. I don't have any way of knowing who's doing what they're supposed to do with Google. And it's not worth getting a strike over. So my solution is I just created an entire course and I give that course away for free and I host the videos on a totally different platform outside of YouTube. So if you want to check out that course, you can go down in the description of this video and I'll put it down there for you. The title of the course reveals a little known method to earn $100 per day. Learn how to earn a long-term passive income with unique cryptocurrency investments. Well, what are the unique cryptocurrency investments? Well, of course, they're crypto casinos that actually have a dividend paying token. In that course, I basically cover everything in how to do it, everything that I know, everything that I personally have learned investing in these crypto casinos. I talk about which ones I'm investing in and all that. So you can go check that out if you want. This video will be a part of that course actually because I got asked some questions. People were like, hey, how do you calculate this? How do you calculate that? Someone asked me recently, where's a video that shows all this? And I thought, wow, I've never actually made a video. I've explained it, but I actually haven't made a video giving the specific formulas on how you can calculate. Like if I want to make $10 a day, what will that take? If I want to make $50 a day, what will that take? If I want to make $100 per day online with these crypto casinos, what will that take? If I want to make 1,000, what will that take? So I've got everything here for you in this video. So you'll be able to save this video, reference it later. You'll be able to use it to calculate exactly what you need to do if you're trying to make this kind of investment. So let's talk about why do I love investing in cryptocurrency casinos. I've touched on this a little bit. The crypto casino dividends, they are real yield. So what they're doing is they're paying out a dividend, and you can actually see like, okay, all of the casinos that I invest in, these are not some sort of Ponzi scams and are not showing what they're doing. They're not claiming they're going to pay you 1% or 1.5% a day, and you can't actually, have any idea of where those funds are coming from. All the casinos cases that I'm talking about, they have live telegrams, there's live players chatting, there's admins in there talking, there are real players talking about their wins, talking about their losses, there's real admins talking about promotions that are coming up. Like it's real activity. Plus, almost all of them show kind of a live sort of bet feed where you can see a lot of the common bets that people are making and you can see it in real time. And their dividends are calculated in real time. So there's a dividend pool and it can be $1 million. I think 2 million is the highest we've ever seen it so far. It can be 500,000, 300,000. A lot of them with the current dip because the dividend pools are typically held in cryptocurrency values. So if Bitcoin goes down, the price of the dividend pool will go down. The US dollar value of the dividend pool will go down. And if Bitcoin goes up, the US dollar value of the dividend pools will go up. Right now, I think they're around 500,000, 600,000, 300,000 are the largest ones. The newest ones aren't even at 100,000. And that gives us incredible opportunities. But the reason I like it is, number one, it's real yield. Number two, they pay in Apex crypto assets. What do I mean by this? We're not getting some sort of payment in some random token that's just going to get devalued over time. So when they're paying out dividends, they're going to pay those dividends out in Bitcoin, in Ethereum, in BNB. They're not just paying dividends out in some sort of house token. We do mine a reward token, and the amount of reward tokens that we have, it lets us know how much of that dividend pool we're entitled to, but the payouts are real payouts in real crypto assets. The newest one that I'm using right now, that one in particular is actually is paying out in USDT right now. Which is kind of cool. It gives us some diversity. It's the only one I've got that pays out strictly in USDT. I talk about it in the course, but that one is a little bit different, but still it's paying out in USDT. It's not paying out in XYZ token that's just going to go down in value. The other thing I like about them is they can pay out for years, years. I think the oldest one right now that I'm getting payouts from, it's 4 or 5 years old. I mean, it's amazing that it's been paying out that long. But I mean, you're talking about being able to pay out for years. It's very, very consistent. What typically happens is the earnings get more consistent over time. So these dividend casinos, they'll have a dividend pool, and typically they'll pay out a percentage of that pool every day. So if there's, $500,000 of cryptocurrency in the dividend pool, they'll pay out, say, 2% or 1% or 3% or 4% of that per day. That's normally what they do. And what it does is it causes the daily earnings to be very, very consistent. Now, initially, the earnings are really high. And the reason that happens is because let's just say you end up mining the first 1,000 tokens. Well, you're going to get 100% of that dividend pool. And let's say someone comes along and they mine 1,000. Now you're going to get 50% of that dividend pool. And if on day 3 someone mines 1,000, you can get a third of that dividend pool. And day 4, someone mines 1,000, you can get 25% of that dividend pool. So what happens is you get diluted less and less over time. There's a lot of the earnings are high, and there's a little bit of dilution that happens on your share of the dividends, but then it equals out over time. Casino that came out 2 years ago, I have consistently compounded my earnings. I get diluted by like 0.001% a day or something like that. If I'm not mining at all. It's very, very low dilution. So once it gets that point, it's very, very consistent long-term earnings. And that really just depends on the strategy you're going to develop. And I talk about that in the course as well. How is it possible? How does this actually work? What we're doing is as investors investing, we're actually, I hate to use the word exploit because it's there to exploit. We're maximizing. We're maximizing the casino's player reward system. So many of you are familiar, like if you go to a land-based casino, you can earn like points or reward points or players club points or whatever, and you can go redeem those points for a hotel room or whatever. And you get some sort of value for those points. But of course, those points are calculated based on how much you're playing. It's not necessarily calculated on your losses. It's how much volume you're giving the casino, because they know over time there's a house edge built in, and if you're bringing in a lot of volume to them over time, they're going to make money from your player activity. So that's why they have that player reward system. That's why they're willing to give you points. What these particular, and it's only certain types of crypto casinos, because it's not all crypto casinos, but some of them have a player reward system where players are given actual tokens for their play. And those tokens entitle them to a portion of the actual dividends earned by the casino. And it's really smart because what it does is it causes the player to kind of feel like they're invested into something. And so it creates a little bit of player loyalty and that sort of thing. And of course, players take those dividends many times and they just put them back in. They're just, they're playing their slots or their baccarat or their dice game or whatever, right? They're coin flipping, Keno and Plinko. They're just playing. But as an investor, what we do is we don't gamble. We mathematically mine and calculate our earnings. So we have a strategy, and this is what I call the Mogul mining method, and I teach that method in the course. But basically, we maximize the volume that we play. And the key is, if I go in with $1,000, then I want to make certain that I get as much volume out of that $1,000. I'm not trying to win. I plan to spend the full $1,000 mining, but I want to maximize my player volume. I want to minimize my overall risk. And the goal is I'm going to mine an enormous amount of reward tokens compared to the average player. I'm going to almost have an unfair advantage over the casual player. The casual player is just playing for entertainment. I'm playing for investment. I'm playing to maximize my returns. Once you understand that and you do that, then it's a matter of doing the math so you can actually calculate what your returns are, what they're going to be. I'm going to show you how to figure that out. Right now, the newest casino that I'm using is paying out over 200% APR. I'll show you how I know that here in a moment. And then it's a matter of developing a bit of an ongoing strategy. One of the things I talk about in the course is I talk about, you can use a fast ROI strategy. Do you want to go in and get out? Or do you want to, do more of a long-term play? So, for example, the casino that came out 2 years ago, I've been building up a long-term position. I want to own a significant portion of that player base and those profits for years and years to come. When I first started with that particular casino, I think they were under 100,000, but today they have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in their dividend pool, and I'm entitled to some of that every single day. The APR of that one is still paying out somewhere between 60 to 80% per year, which is high. Again, almost nobody talks about this stuff. Almost no one's aware of this. And I have at least 2 online acquaintances that watch this channel that have earned full-time incomes using these strategies. One in particular, at one point in time, was earning full-time income from 2 different ones, and I don't know if he still is, because when the APRs are really high, they go down, but they don't go down like yield farming, and they don't collapse. Like, as long as the business, that's the caveat, as long as the actual business continues to do well, then your earnings are going to continue to do well as well. And based on what your thoughts are of the overall business, that's where you can kind of develop your strategy. And what I do, I'll give you a little bit of alpha. I diversify my strategy. So with one, I may use a fast ROI method. And another one, I may take that one and say, okay, I'm going to build out a long-term, position with this one. And if I can get in early and build out a long-term position, then that one's going to pay me off. There's more risk in building that long-term position because I'm not taking as much profits. I'm compounding my dividends every day, basically. But if I'm doing a fast ROI strategy, I'm going to hit it. I'm going to get out within, 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. I'm going to get all my investment out, and then I'm going to be earning passively for years and years and years. I'm going to be making profits. That's the goal. That's the hope. Listen, if any of this is over your head, you're like, okay, I don't fully understand this. Again, I give actual examples in the course. So go watch the course, go subscribe. I'll put a link in the description. But let me come down and just kind of show you the math. What you got to do is you first have to figure out what does it cost you to mine a token using the Mogul mining method, what I teach in the course. What does it cost? And the way you figure that out is you figure out what is the wager token price. So for example, right now, the casino that I'm using right now that's just launched in the past couple of weeks, it has a wager price of 50 cents. What that means is for every 50 cents wagered, they give you a token. Now, if you wager 50 cents and win $1, then you get a token because you wagered 50 cents. If you wager 50 cents and lose, you still get a token. Are you getting the idea? This is why we use the Mogul mining method. We take a 94, 96% chance of winning, and we know that we're going to lose some of it, but we're going to win a lot. We're going to win, roughly over 90% of the time, and we're going to make a lot of tokens. Eventually we'll lose, that's fine, and then we're going to go back and we're going to mine some more, and we're going to win, as many tokens as we can get, mine as many tokens as we get. And it takes hours and hours and hours to do this properly, but you can make a great income doing it. So once we know what the wager cost is, then we look at what is the house edge. So just using the current casino that I'm using, the house edge is 1.7%. So we take the wager price, token price, times the house edge times 1.7% equals, and this is the current price. If we can get tokens for the house edge, the Mogul mining method, the whole goal is to maximize the chance that we get tokens at about this price right here. Once that's done, now we know what our current price per token is, 0.0085. Now, one of the things that's important to recognize, I told you that the wager price was 50 cents. Well, all of these crypto casinos have stages to their tokens during their mining phases. The mining phase does end, by the way. There's only a limited supply of these tokens. The mining phase does end. One of them that I have invested in 5 years ago, they just finished 4 years ago maybe. They just finished their mining phase. There's no more mining tokens. So that's incredible. And then now you're not going to get diluted anymore, which is awesome. But what happens is they have phases. And every phase, the mining cost goes up. Maybe next time it goes up to 60 cents wager to get you a token. That means 60 cents times 1.7%. This is going to be a little bit higher. Then the next phase, it'd be maybe 70 cents. I haven't actually looked to see what the next phase is, but maybe it's 70 cents. And you take that 70 cents, every 70 cents wagers is going to get you a token. You take that 70 cents, you multiply it by the house edge, and you'll get a slightly higher price. So, for example, right now, this new casino just launched. They're in stage 1. They're early in stage 1. So I want to mine as much as possible, ideally in stage 1, because I'm going to get my tokens a lot cheaper. So how many tokens can I mine? Well, this is important. So the question is, how much do I want to go in? So I'm looking at sometime this month, probably I'm going in with $10,000. So what I need to do is I need to put, say, $10,000 divided by the current token price, and that's going to let me know approximately how many tokens I'm going to get. I say approximately because you're mining, I may end up paying, 8.7, I may get them for 8.4. There can be a little bit of deviation in the price, but it's going to be somewhere around here. So this will give me my approximate number of tokens. So let's just say I'm going to invest $10,000. That's my plan currently. 5,000 for sure, but 10,000 most likely. Divide 0.0085 equals. So it's 1.1 million tokens. 1,176,470 tokens is approximately what I should be getting. So what is my earnings? How much will I earn each day? I'm going to take my total number of tokens. I'm going to divide it by 100,000. So divide this by 100,000 equals. This gives me a multiple of 11.76. Why is this important? Because on a lot of the websites, they'll let you know what the earnings per 100,000 token is. So if I know what the earnings per 100,000 token is, as of today, I think it was a little over $5. We'll just say $5 to keep it conservative right now. But it's been over $5. And again, that will go down, and that's okay. We're trying to get an idea about what we're going to be earning. So the multiple is 11.76. And now I need to multiply that multiple by the current dividend. We'll say $5. So if I go in with $10,000, I'm going to earn $58.82 a day. Okay. I know I told you 100,000. I'm sorry. I know I told you that I was going to show you how to get to $100 a day. I'm going to show you that in a moment. But first, let's figure out what our APR is. So if I go in with $10,000, what is my annual percentage rate that I'm going to be earning right now, right this very moment? Which, by the way, this daily can go up or down, the daily earnings. If a lot of new players come in and the dividend pool spikes, this is going to go up significantly. Like, for example, in the case of this particular token, this casino, they're paying out per 100,000 tokens right now about $5, but the dividend pool is not even $50,000 yet. So if the dividend pool goes up to $400,000 or $500,000, then theoretically this could 10x. And it may not 10x, it may do a 5x or 8x. The reason it might not 10x is because keep in mind there's some dilution happening in the overall earnings. But still, if the dividend pool goes up, we're going to go up. So we're currently earning $58 per day. Let's figure out our APR. So all we have to do is take our daily earnings, multiply it by 365 days in a year, equals, that's $21,470 at the current rate. If the dividend pool doesn't go up significantly, I'm on track to earn somewhere around $21,000. If I divide this by how much I invested right here, then I'm going to get my APR. So divide this by $10,000 invested equals, that's 214%. 215% is what it would round up to. 215% APR. That's incredible. So the APR is 214%. The question is, how much do I need to invest right now with the current APR to be able to know that I can earn $100 a day? And it wouldn't matter. You could do this if you said you wanted to make $250 a day, $500 a day, or $1,000 a day. You can do the exact same formula. All you have to do is come down. Here it is. You look at $100 a day. This is how much I want to earn, $100 a day. If I wanted to earn $250, I would change it to $250. If I wanted it to be $50, I would change it to $50. But we're going to do $100 a day. $100 a day times 365 is 36,500. Now this of course is going to be a different number if you have a different number right here. But 100 times 365 is 36,500. 100 times 365. There you go. Again, if we wanted $25 a day, we'd say 25 times 365. There you go. And then you would divide that by the current APR of, I think we said 214%. Since we want to earn $100 a day, we'll take the $36,100 a day times 365 days equals 36,000. Divide that by the current APR. Divide that by 214. Here's the key. Make sure you hit percent. equals. So right now, I would need to earn at the current APR, I need to invest $17,056.07 to be able to earn $100 a day right now at the current APRs. That's what it would take. Now, again, let's just say I wanted to make $30 a day. I'll just go through that with you. So it would be 30 times 365 equals 10,000. Right here would be 10,950. And we would take that and we would divide it by our current APR of 214%. Don't forget the percent sign. Equals. I would need $5,160 to get $30 a day. So no matter what you want to earn per day, that's one way to figure it out. Now, the initial APR will change based on how much is invested, how the casino does at attracting players, how it develops, and all that stuff. But generally speaking, the APRs are always going to be higher earlier. So if you want to understand all the ins and outs, make certain that you are watching the entire course. Those of you that are already in this course and you're watching this video, congratulations to you. Make certain you join our invite only Telegram. It's in the bottom of the email where you first saw this video. It should be in the PS. Make certain you go join our invite only Telegram. If you have any questions, there's a lot of us in there that love earning passive income with cryptocurrency casino dividends. And these are only cryptocurrencies that have a dividend paying token. So if you want to find out more about that, come join us in the Telegram. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you like this thorough explanation, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, click the bell notification icon. Cryptocurrency equals freedom. Passive income is the best income. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.